Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be talking about AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. I am extremely bullish on this company. I think that the stock price is going to head up higher after the earnings report. It could be wrong. And none of this should be taken as financial advice. Just to put out disclosure, and I do plan to buy more call options tomorrow when the market opens. I'm hoping when the market opens, the stock price doesn't skyrocket, so I can buy some call options, because I do plan to buy some call options right in the morning, as soon as the market opens, because I'm bullish and I think the stock price is heading higher. I could get bit in the ass for doing this, but I've done so much research, and I truly believe that AMD is going to go up higher. So here's my first part of the research why I believe AMD is going higher. On May 28, 2020, it's still in the quarter that the earnings report's coming up. AMD Lisa Su takes the #1 position as S&P 500's highest paid CEO. Dr. Lisa Su took AMD out of bankruptcy and made AMD basically not just bankruptcy, but made AMD a leader in the CPU technology space against Intel. Right now, AMD is doing better than Intel, and Intel does not have a solution to fight AMD in the short term. And she totally deserves this highest paid CEO position, in my opinion. Moving forward, the European Hardware Awards have been announced. AMD big wins both CPU and GPU division June 30th. So this article alone will help AMD with selling more product, essentially. And then number 2, AMD dominates CPU market share in the Asian district market. Ryzen CPU breaches 60% share in South Korea. Notebook CPU shares hit 10-year highs. That sounds really good to me, and that article was written on May 9, 2020. So yeah, that's really good. That's really positive. Really bold sign, from that article. So I'm hoping AMD announced a fantastic earnings report from that. And then another one on June 28th, just like a month ago. This one is in Japan. As we can see, in Japan, a really big market, by the way. Japanese people love technology, and AMD CPU sales are outpacing Intel because AMD. And then when Zen 3 comes out, what do you think what do you think AMD market share is going to be? This is AMD in 2021, and this is Intel in 2021. Mark my words, that's what's going to happen. AMD is going to go all the way up here, while Intel is going to go all the way down here in 2021. Could be wrong. This is pure speculation on my part, but I think AMD is going to dominate Intel in 2021 in the Asian markets, in the European markets. The American market might be a little different because there's a lot of Intel fanboys in the American market, but if Linus comes out and just says that AMD just completely dominates Intel, that might change in the American market too. So it all depends on Linus and the rest of the YouTube media. If everyone talks positively about AMD in the CPU architecture, the GPU architecture, the console architecture, and there was just so much positive review going out there, I think AMD could do so well in 2021. And I think the AMD stock could be worth so much more in 2021. That is my opinion. Gigabyte reveals its newest server featuring AMD Epic Rome CPUs and NVIDIA A100 GPU. So yeah, to me, that's very, very bullish. So we'll see where this will continue. But I am very bullish on AMD at the moment. Could I get bit in the ass? Absolutely. I could totally get bit in the ass for this. So this is just pure gambling on my part, but I am so bullish on AMD. So Surface Pro laptop will probably ship with an 8-core AMD Ryzen 7 48U. You know, they're winning Surface Pros when before it was always Intel. Now AMD is in Surface Pros. And then if we look at this article, AMD scores big points against Intel in Microsoft Surface battle. This article was October 2nd, 2019. This was last year. And think about 2020. Think about Zen 3. Zen 3 is just totally going to dominate Intel in the Surface battle, and there might be a chance that Microsoft will only sell Ryzen CPUs in Surface Pros and not even have any Intel options. I don't think that's going to be the scenario, but I think that could be a possibility if AMD just completely dominates Intel in the CPU space. Microsoft might abandon Intel for just AMD. That would be insane. For Zen 3, Intel might get abandoned. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there, you know. Intel is going to fight tooth and nail for the Microsoft battle, but that's a big market. That's a big market. Surface Pro sells a lot. Microsoft's a big company. They sell a lot of laptops. And AMD, if Microsoft completely abandons Intel for AMD, that would be a huge blow to Intel. Huge blow to Intel. AMD shows explosive market share growth in servers, notebooks, segments during 2019 with Epic and Ryzen CPU. As we can see, server CPU skyrockets, client computer skyrockets, GPU, they lost market share because of NVIDIA, but they are also going to be coming out with GPUs that will compete with NVIDIA in the GPU market. Very bullish on AMD. This was on April 29th, 2020. You know, JP Morgan, Cowen, yeah, so both of these two big giant companies, JP Morgan is really big, you know, upgrades AMD on April 29th. But what happened? AMD on April 29th, after April 29th, it didn't do anything. It was just like trading flat for like almost 5 to 6 months. And then now the earnings are coming around and Intel's having problems. AMD is skyrocketing. From a charting perspective, I think AMD is going to go higher. I think we're going to see this stock price at $100 in the near future. But this is my opinion and not financial advice, so please don't take this as financial advice. AMD Next Gen Navi Radeon RX GPU specification leaked. 5,120 cores, 24 gigabytes of HBM memory. That sounds very powerful. That sounds like a NVIDIA killer, but we will see what will happen with this new architecture when it launches in 2021. AMD Epic CPU plan for European weather prediction supercomputer. Oh, that's pretty awesome. When was this? January 20th, 2020. So, you know, they got a deal with another server company. So they are selling CPUs to servers right now. Intel guts CPU pricing in the first major response to AMD, October 1st, 2019. Because of AMD, Intel had to lose margin on the things. They had to bring down the price so they can still sell CPUs because of AMD. Netflix evaluating replacement Intel with AMD Epic processors. Single Epic compared to dual socket Xeon. Well, I think Netflix will most likely go for Zen 3 architecture for their new server architecture, and that is a big client for AMD. AMD scores Twitter and Google as Epic customers, stock up 15 cents. Twitter and Google. Twitter is pretty big. Google is pretty big. So lots of high-end customers from AMD. AMD is going to do really good in 2021. Really good. Like really, really good in 2021. So I think AMD stock is going higher. Much, much higher. Just my opinion anyways. Samsung believes that mobile GPU AMD R&D will be official in 2021. Boom! GPUs partnership with Samsung. Huge deal. Very huge deal. They're going to make some money off of this when they launch their cell phones in 2021. How much money? I don't know. I don't know how much Samsung's going to pay them for this partnership. AMD stock, I think it's heading higher. I could be wrong. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.